Hey yo, it's your boy Amagoon here, back with another video to share for you guys. So, in today's video, we are going to be going over the whole entire sets for 2022. So, since it's December, since I'm out of college for right now, and since I have plenty of free time, this is like the best time to literally go over all the sets. And if you want to decide, what should I get? There's a lot of options. What should I go for? Right now, this video will be the best overview to look at because this is the current price for the sets and what you will be getting if you got that card. So, we're going to start off from Brilliant Stars all the way up to Silver Tempest, and we're also going to be looking at what we're going to see in 2023 with the new set coming up soon called Ground Zenith, and then in March when we have Scarlet and Violet Pokemon set card game. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So in today's video, so what we have here is Brilliant Stars, and so what we can see is that Charizard is still the highest card in the set, while being a number 2 spot, Charizard V-Star, secret rare card. And during that time when I was working, had the money to buy several booster boxes, several several elite trainer box, the Charizard V-Star was higher up. It was like up in the hundreds. It was like, this one was pretty much a thing in the 200s, or this was like close to 200. This one was like in 150, 160, and as you can see right now, it lost its value dramatically. And if we scroll down, third place will be Arceus V, alternate full art, and what the market price is saying is basically what the website thinks the price should be. And of course, when you have this right here, this is like what someone is trying to sell it for. So there's times, well, yeah, I will look at the market price, and I will also kind of look at the what people are trying to sell it for. Sometimes I think I disagree. Sometimes I will say I agree. But this is that. Sometimes it can be ridiculous. So yes, third place is Arceus V. Then we have a full art of Charizard V. Then we have the gold version of Arceus V Star, another secret rare card. Then we have Lumion V, a alternate full art. And then, of course, the card I have is Charizard V-Star, just a regular version, which is from $14. But the market price saying is $18, so, you know, if I had the ability, I would sell it for $18. But yeah, so pretty much if we go down to the last page, the last card is $16 for the market price, and people are trying to sell it for $15 at least. So what we're going to do while in this video, we're just going to look at the first page. And if I feel like it's necessary to look at the second page, I will look at the second page. But when it comes to if you got a good card, this is what you'll first see. For say if I got that, like what I said, a Charizard V-Star, if I see it right here, oh, there it is. It's this price. And then if I scroll down, or for say I got a Charizard V, and that's it, and I'm scrolling and I don't see it here, then of course I will go to the second page, and then I will just see more versions of cards that are cheaper. So of course for example, Charizard V is literally $7 for market price, and is $6 what people are trying to sell for. And of course, as you keep scrolling down, you'll have you'll just start noticing that it's just getting cheaper and cheaper. And obviously, it's kind of weird how just without the little paper wrapping on it, just by itself is cheaper. I mean, if you want to get some cards, I mean, you can try to get for this, because I'm pretty sure they're going to seal it up pretty well. But yeah, that's how we're going to do it for the rest of the sets. So moving on, we're going to look at the trainer gallery for Brilliant Stars. The first one is Umbreon VMAX. Then we have Sniveon VMAX. Then we have Sniveon V. Then you have Umbreon V, and basically those are the main top four cards that people are mainly going to go for, and when it comes to the trainer gallery, because they're Eevee evolutions. That's why they're the highest. Literally Evolving Skies, Umbreon is the highest card in there, and is currently, for the past several years, the highest Pokemon card for basically, yeah, for the remaining of the several years, because so far we have not found another card that is as high as Umbreon VMAX in a very long time. So yeah, that's why Umbreon VMAX is higher, and Sniveon VMAX is the second place, and of course their V versions are a little bit cheaper. But yeah, it's still a decent price range. It's not fascinating, like, oh dang, this card's expensive. It is got some money into it, but not as high as, for say, Charizard V Alternate Full Art or Charizard V Star Secret Rare. It's not as high as that. It's basically, I'll say, right here in this range. It's literally right here. Alright, now we're going to move on to Terrestrial Radiance. So, the highest card in this set is Machamp V Alternate Full Art. And this card has been going up and down between 115 to 125. Because there's multiple times when I will try to attempt to make this video and I feel like I mess up, but I redo it. This card, I've seen it go from 125 to 115 to 125. So between, let's say, an even rate of 120, because it's just been going up and down. And then after that, the second place is Palika and Dilica. If I'm saying them wrong, please excuse me. I'm trying to say them correctly. And for you fellows diehard Pokemon fans, if I say it wrong, let me know. And then I'll make sure to pronounce it correctly next time I see this card. And I would really appreciate if you do that. So, yes, this is the second place. And this is the third place. Because their market price is 52, 51. And of course we have Sneasler for 37. Beedrill for 32. Irida for 28, Palika 22, and then double turbo energy, and Path to Peak Secret is basically $21 to $20. And of course, if we scroll down, the lowest is Choice Belt for being $17. So this is a fairly decent one, even though Brilliant Stars has the higher advantage, because it has a good range. I'll say this is a good set to kind of go for, only for the fact that you have two $50 card ranges. I mean, yes, Brilliant Stars also have that secret rare Charizard V-Star, but it's a secret rare. It's a higher rarity than these ultra rares, so you have more of a better chance to get these two, one of these, versus getting a secret rare from Brilliant Stars. And plus, if you go right back, it kind of goes down from being in the 40s and 38, then it goes down to the 20. We're going to kind of look at that because people are selling these in a $20 price range, versus when we go to over here, we have them trying to sell it for in the 40s. Then we have pretty much, this should be in the 30s. And then it goes down into the 20s, and then down here it's 17. And then of course when we go to the trainer gallery, we have one in the 30s, we have one in the high 20s, and then of course it goes down. But in regard to this being like a medium high card, other cards choices are still a better option to go for. And of course after this set, it goes down to Pokemon Go, which came out around July, and that's pretty much the last Pokemon set that I kind of went and tried to open. And to be honest, if I had to go back in time, I would tell myself to do not go too hard on the set, because they decreased a lot. And of course, as you can see, the highest card is not even up here. It's not the highest. Literally, the highest one is if you got so many elite trainer boxes. Only because they don't do promo They don't do booster boxes. They use just elite trainer boxes. The highest card was a Mewtwo V-Star, which was $49, say 40. And then after that is another secret rare, was Dragonite V-Star Secret, 30, 27. And then Mewtwo V alternate full art, 27, 26. Then Radiant Charizard, 24, 23. Mewtwo V-Star, 22, 18, and that's it. Yes, if we look back on the others, the lowest was $17 per se. But the highest cards are the secret rare cards, which is good, because for being a secret rare, yes, it should be in the higher range, but the highest is in the 40s. So you can easily get so many other cards higher than the Rainbow Mewtwo card. So this is a set I would say only go for if you want to get this one right here. The Pokemon Go Premium Collection Radiant Eevee promo box. Only because they come with several items that I feel like that it is really useful, just for the matter of fact. And I can just say it right here. A foil promo card featuring Radiant Eevee, and if you don't know what Radiant means, it's pretty much their shiny version. So of course, if you know, Charizard is shiny version is black, if you can remember. So yeah, Radiant means shiny. And then of course a deluxe pin featuring Radiant Eevee, a playmat with artwork featuring Radiant Eevee, 8 Pokemon Go booster packs, and a code card for Pokemon TCG Live. And it's pretty much just being able to use Radiant Eevee in the game. So this is the only thing I'll say. If you ever want to get a taste of Pokemon Go, this set, just this. Don't buy anywhere else, because it has a lot of value, and if you are lucky to get the secret rare, good job. But if you don't get it there, that's it. Move on. Better sets out there than Pokemon Go. Alright, that's all I'm going to say for that. So now we're going to go on to Lost Origins. And this is a set that I was opening when I started being in NC State, and it was alright. I did not get, of course, these two cards, but of course Lost Origins currently is the highest set for the year, only because Gyrina is a 200, I'll say the market price, $275 card. No other sets this year is as high as this Pokemon card. And of course, it has another high card, which is $130. But the thing that I feel weird about this set too is that after that, it goes down to just these two cards. The Rotom alternate full art, only for the 40s, and then Persicator. Persicator is either from between $32 to $37, and that's it. And of course it goes down, and this is one of the reasons why I said it goes to the second page, because you can't even see what else is next. Then it goes down to the 20s. It's like really big gaps. You go from 100 to 40 to 20. But of course we can look at, again, the trainer gallery, which Pikachu VMAX is in the $40 range. They kind of mix up with the other cards. Then it got Pikachu V, that kind of helps it a little bit for being the next, like, to kind of fill in the gap. $28 range to $23 range, and then it goes down to low 20s. This set is only good for if you're really trying to get that highest card rarity, because this set I do not think is really the best one. A tiny bit, only for the fact, because of that reason. When you open this, whenever you try to go for cards, you want to be able to get a high card range. And if you don't have the availability to be able to get a high card range, you're of course going to feel like, dang, I wasted my money. And I have that feeling too. Like, I went deep down in a Terrestrial Radiance, and the highest card that I got out of that was Path of the Peak. And you can see it's $20. I spent like $200 maybe, like $250 maybe, I'll say between less than 250 and $200. I spent like a good amount on this set just for a $20 secret rare card. That's it. That's one thing that kind of makes me, of course, being a card collector, it kind of makes me feel like, wow, I spent a lot of money just for like a small amount of money back. And yeah, that really sucks when you do that. So that's why I'm saying, when it comes to, if you want to, if you for say got a gift card, or you got money from Christmas and you look around and you want to be able to buy a good amount of cards, you want to be able to get the best cards. And this set, if you want to risk it to try to get the highest card, go for it. But just know that, of course, when I say look at the first page, these two and these two are all you're going to see. Other than that, you have a bunch of premium collections. Basically, a lot of premium collections is what is in the mixture of everything else. And of course, like again, you have your two other cards, the Pikachu VMAX and Pikachu V, but that's it, because after that, it goes right down to an easy $13, $11 to 10, 8. Yeah, pretty much. So that's why I feel iffy with that set. And of course, but not least, our last and recent booster box for 2022 is Silver Tempest. And Silver Tempest is a pretty good set. I'll say, because you have, of course, another high card, which is in the 200 range. Lugia V, alternate full art, and yeah, $210, which is a really good amount. And then of course the second highest is Serena full art, which is between $46 to $48. Then you have Unknown V alternate full art to $40 to $43. Then Regoro $40 to $42, and then it goes down to the 30s, $35 to $36 for a Lugia V-Star Secret Rare. And then next is the Lugia V-Star Secret Rare for the gold version for $29.31, and then Skunk V alternate full art $22, then $17.18 and $15.17 and $13.15. And then of course when we go down to their trainer gallery, we've got another $44 card, and then it goes down into the 20. So pretty much this set is still a pretty good set, I'll have to say, because you have a lot of chances to get something high, and like for say between like $30 and up. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that are a good amount in the 40s to the low 30s, which is a really good thing. But of course, the last two is the secret rare cards, which I don't understand why they're lower, but they are, and it is in the low $30 range. The thing that I like to mention is that I did get two that is on this page. If you've seen my last video or my newest video, either or, because I did just got done recording it, I made a video of me opening some Silver Tempest cards again, and I did show one of the cards that I didn't show y'all, and I ended up getting one of the cards through that box. And other than that, I basically got my money back because of it. So if you want to see what I got, I recommend y'all watch it so you can see the cards that I was missing, the cards that I opened that y'all didn't get to see, and also the card that I mentioned that I ended up also getting that was a good amount of range. So yeah, I was blessed to end my Pokemon collection for 2022, and I'm excited for 2023 Pokemon collections from there. So I did make a list of what I think is good and what I think it's not good. Of course, for last place out of 1 through 5 is Pokemon Go. Of course, again, it's not really the best set to go for. The highest card, their highest secret rare card is $39, and then of course you scroll down. When you just look at page 2, just to give a little more help to show why it's not good. All the other secret rares are in the like mid-teens, and of course, that's it. And it goes a little bit more down. I literally think that's crazy. I got Radiant Blastoise, and yeah, you can see it's not as high. It's not really the best set to go for. And going to 4th place, we have Brilliant Stars. Yes, there is Charizard V Alternate Full Art, which looks amazing, but it lost a lot of value since it first came out. It's just not a lot of high cards to really go for. I mean, again, it is a good option to go for if you have never bought Brilliant Stars, because, yeah, this is a set that it features Charizard a lot and Arceus. So that is something you can try to go for, but it's also you need to think about that there's other sets that you have a better chance of going for, because, say Silver Tempest, there's literally 5 cards that are higher than this. And then, of course, yeah, this card is the second highest, I guess you could say, for all the sets, but is a secret rare card. You're not easily going to get this card. You're more likely going to get a chance to get this card versus this card. So it's harder to get, but I'll just gotta say and leave it as this, that it's not the set you want to kind of spend a whole lot of money on. For 3rd place, I put Lost Origins. Let's go here. Lost Origins, only, of course, again, for the fact that, yes, it has the 2 highest cards in the set, and the whole entire, well, this is the highest card for the whole entire 2022 sets, and then this card is also another high 100, but you don't have many other options to go for if you don't get those 2 cards. Of course, you have these 2, but that's it. And after that, it goes down to 20s, to low 20s to the teens. And, of course, again, if you want to spend a lot of money and get more options of getting a good card, this is really not a good set to go for, but is also a good set to try to get one of the highest cards, which is going to stay in this range for a good while. And then for 2nd place, I put Silver Tempest, but I gotta say that it's between Silver Tempest and Terrestrial Radiance, only for the fact that, because if we go let's look at for Silver Tempest, that yes, it has a higher card than a Terrestrial Radiance, and there's a lot of options, a lot of $40 range cards, and then 2 $30 card range cards. And then once we go down to a Terrestrial Radiance, yes, this card is lower than Lugia, but you got, like, the market price is saying that these 2 cards is in the 50s, and of course, for Silver Tempest, there's no cards. The only closest card that is closer to 50s is Serena, and these 2 cards are like low 40s. And of course, if we go back, it's in the $50 range. This is in the high. It's like, this is the price for, like, for say Serena, and then this is the price for the second highest card. You know what? Never mind. Terrestrial Radiance is 2nd place, and then Silver Tempest is the 1st place, because you have more options to get something good. Because of course, like, let's look at here. This set is old, but a lot of people are trying to sell it for, well, it's a lot of people are trying to sell this while it's been played. If it wasn't played, it's pretty much a $51 card. Yeah, so 51. I don't know why that's popping up. It was in that price range, but it's not there anymore. Let's look back on this one too. And maybe that's the same thing too. Lightly played for it being $60. Let's scroll through. Okay, so it's basically a good $50. Yeah. So okay, so it's mixed up, because of course, yeah, I say Silver Tempest maybe 1st place, but Terrestrial Radiance had 2 higher cards than automatically for Silver Tempest, despite the fact that this, like, for the highest card from this range, but it's been a while since we have cards that are up in the 50s. But then it does dramatically go down to yeah, it says the market price is in the 30s, but some people are trying to sell this for 24, and people are trying to sell this for 32, and of course, like I said, there's 3 cards ranges in the 40s, and then it goes down to the 30s. So it's like like a tie between a Terrestrial Radiance and Silver Tempest, but I'll say Silver Tempest more because it's new. You have a better chance of buying more more of Silver Tempest than you do with Terrestrial Radiance because it's old. So you have a harder chance of being able to get these cards only for the fact that again it's old. People are their companies like for say Walmart, GameStop. You're more likely going to see a Silver Tempest over a Terrestrial Radiance. So that's why. So yeah, Silver Tempest, I'll say number 1, Terrestrial Radiance number 2, Lost Origins for number 3, Brilliant Stars for number 4, and Pokemon Go for number 5. And that will be the wrap up for the price ranges for 2022. And now we're going to get into the new cards. The next set, Crown Zenith. It will be coming out late January, and pretty much I kind of look at it as like a bait booster box, only for the fact that it's okay. So basically, this says right here below are the image for all cards we've seen so far that are likely to become part of our final Sword and Shield mini set. So it's pretty much a small recap of all the cards in the sets. So it's not going to be a lot. I guess you could say when it says mini, it means it's not going to be a lot. I can't really tell you how many cards it's going to be because when I look at for example, there's 1 out of 98, and it does not match up with this per se. It's 13 out of 172. Pretty much, it's kind of hard to tell how many cards is going to be in the set, but I guess it's going to be a good look of what it could be. And of course, right now it's in Japanese. They haven't officially made it in English, but this is what we're going to see. So, of course, out of the Leaf range, I'm glad that they're bringing back Leafeon, and then also having a Leafeon V-Star. And of course, in the fire range, we have some more Charizards, and we got a Radiant Charizard, which is good because I'm pretty sure this Radiant Charizard is going to be way more than it would be for Pokemon Go. Maybe, just maybe. And of course, we got in the Water type, we got an OG Pokemon that's being brought back. Cannot pronounce the Pokemon's name, but I know it was an OG Pokemon. And then we got Glaceon in this set, which is very nice because I like Glaceon. And of course, we move on, Electric type. We don't have many electric. Well, we do have a lot more than all the rest. We have, I cannot really pronounce what this Pokemon is, but it has a VMAX and a V-Star, which is great because it's doing this card justice for having 2 versions of it. And then we got a Rodon V-Star. Well, of course, if we was able to get the Rodon V from the Lost Origins, you got an easy V-Star to go along with that card. So, hey, props to you if you have that card for online or in real life. And of course, we got another Radiant card. Scroll down. We have just a little bit of Psychic. We got a Mew, and then we have a basic Mewtwo. Then, I can't really pronounce what this Pokemon is, but it has a VMAX, so it's good. They barely gave any rock or physical type Pokemons in this set. Then for Dark, again, they barely gave any Dark Pokemons for this set. They did give a good chunk of Metal Pokemons. I forgot what this Pokemon is called, but yeah, it does give justice for this one too. So you got a V and a V-Star, and then basically giving both of them V-Stars. And it's pretty cool that they gave this Pokemon also a rare basic Pokemon. So if you don't have those and you need at least that card, you have this. And then, of course, it gives you 4 Dragon Pokemons, 1 easy Rayquaza, a VMAX, and then I can't pronounce what this Pokemon is, but of course it gives a VMAX for it too, and then another Radiant card for it as well, which is pretty nice. Look at this. Fire, Dark, random, and does easy 200 damage. That is a lot. And then for normal, we have an Eevee, which is good, and then can't pronounce what this Pokemon is, but it does have a VMAX, which is a V-Star, correction, for its V version. And of course, we go down to the trainers or items or support. It looks pretty nice for what it has to offer for that. And then we have a unidentified fossil. I think that's what it is, because I think this came out during Lost Origins, and it basically gives that if you put this on any Pokemon, you can use use the V Star power, and it lets you just go into the deck and pick out cards you need. And of course, after that, we have some alternate art cards for the trainers, which I like a lot. I gotta say, I love this one because I started playing Pokemon when it came to Pokemon Legends Arceus, and of course, I love my boy Adaman. Dude is an OG. Cause like I remember when I was playing the game, had me give me the option towards the middle end to either choose Adaman or Irida, and of course gotta choose the boys, gotta choose the homies first. So so that's why I like this set more, because of that certain game. And of course, we got so many art cards, alternate art cards. I gotta say, when it comes to this set gives the best alternate art cards starting off for 2023 because there are so many cards that I really want, and sadly I think they're mainly pretty much secret rare cards, more likely. Of course, again, I don't really know how it's going to be, like what's going to be the card amount, but of course I got to feel like that these are not going to be as high. These probably, it just depends. I guess it just depends on the ability and how cool it looks, but automatically, this Leafeon V-Star card is going to be one of the highest cards. Look how beautiful that card is. Look how amazing that card is. And then look at this one. Look how good, beautiful this card is. Like, it is going to be so hard to not want to go ham on the set because of how amazing these cards look. And of course, it's just this card looks funny, of course, because it's, it looks old-timey writing, which is pretty. I like that about that card. And of course, look at the background, stars, shooting stars, like the fog, perfect. Then we got a little aquatic for I can't pronounce it. I know it starts with an L, but forget about the names. Look at the picture of it. And of course, we move on. Glaceon in the snow. Cards look so amazing. And of course, I gotta also point out that another card that I definitely want is this one right here. A Mewtwo V-Star card. It looks amazing. One thing that I noticed when I was looking at this and looking at previous cards, if you go to, okay, let's, I think, go here. Okay, if you go, I saw this card. This card basically is the same for this one. It equals out to each other. That makes this card even more amazing if you get this card, because you got basically both point of views for Mewtwo and Charizard. Absolutely astounding. And of course, we scroll down, some more beautiful artworks. We got a clear version of Adaman, again OG. Then we got another clear version of Irida, I guess, and also an OG because I played the game. And of course, if you are a fan of, if I'm not mistaken, she is mainly for swords and shields. So if you like sword and shields, she's also brought back into it. Again, let me scroll back because of course they had this version right here for swords and shields. I can't really know if it is from Swords and Shields or from a different version of Pokemon, but I know this one is in Legends Arceus. So that's all I can say for that one. And then of course, again, let's scroll back down. Then we have the gold cards, the legendary Pokemon, the one and only OGs. Look how amazing it looks. I'm pretty sure when we have a clear view of what they look like, I guess in full on art card form, it will look so much so much better than, of course, through the internet. And of course, I'm pretty sure that if I think if you buy an Elite Trainer box, you have a chance of getting one of these, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, there you have it. A really, really nice looking set. Only mainly for the fact for their alternate art cards. They do have a good variety of cards when it comes to the set. When it comes, of course, some OG Pokemons like this right here. We got some Mewtwo, a Mew and a Mewtwo. We got a Glaceon. We got Charizard. We got Leafeon. This is a set that I probably might go a little bit more than I would averagely. But yeah, that's the whole range for Crown Zenith. Yeah, of course it comes out towards the end of January. So pretty much when it comes to buying cards, I'm gonna probably make a video of what to do when you just feel like, basically, like for example, it's like a little hint of what I feel like I'm gonna do. So of course, if you buy a lot of cards or you're having a hard time deciding what you want and you're very limited, you want to of course go for the highest range or the most range cards you can get. But also, if for say you decide to go to this set and you're spending a lot of money and you're not getting the best cards, is of course what's best to do is to stop. Just focus on the next set. Don't just keep spending money over and over again on the set, because of course I'd had that mistake and I'm not doing that again. So that's gonna be a video I'm gonna make later on, go more in depth of that range right there. And of course I'll probably show my face because there's no need to really show the screen. Mainly is more of me. So yeah, that's something that I'm going to do maybe eventually one day. Of course, now we're gonna focus on the sets, the Game Changer set, because a lot is going on for this set in general. So of course, the recent game that just came out is Scarlet and Violet. So of course, Scarlet and Violet is a pretty good game. A lot of people was hating on the game because of graphics, on design. They basically rushed into the game. They didn't I think they released this game way too early because one, they did not really give enough time for Pokemon Legends Arceus to have its full true potential, because they're not like doing what they're doing in this in the game now. They're basically putting more effort into Scarlet and Violet versus what they did in Legends Arceus. But when it comes to being a solo game, like basically focusing on just what you're doing, the Pokemons you get, I gotta say it's a really great game. I'm glad that's the game I started off with. But we're talking about cards now. I'm getting carried away. But yeah, this is the new set that's coming out towards the end of March 31st. Of course, these are the two main legendary Pokemons you're going to be going for. Of course, Scarlet for this Pokemon, Violet for this Pokemon. If you don't know, Violet's for future, Scarlet is for the past. And of course, these are the starter Pokemons when you first start playing the game. So you have, of course, your average Fire, Leaf, and then Water type. I chose Fire type. That's always going to be mainly my main set when it comes to having to choose a starter. And of course, they're trying to rework the energy cards. They are also giving out a Professor Research cards. Basically, like every other card that's out there, it's just like discard your hand and draw 7 cards. You got your Professor Turdo and Professor Sada. Professor Sada. But yeah, it has those 2 cards. And another thing that is really changing up is their price. They're increasing the price when it comes to buying packs, buying booster boxes, and buying like anything related to Pokemon. And of course, this right here explains it all and the benefits that they're doing to kind of even it out. So as it says, due to global inflation impacting the cost of materials and production, Pokemon trading card game products will see varying MSRP increases in select markets with the launch of the Scarlet and Violet series. For example, the price of a booster pack will increase from $3.99 to $4.59 for US dollars, In effect to continue providing a positive Pokemon TCG experience and value, each pack of Pokemon cards will now feature 3 guaranteed foil cards per booster. All cards with a rarity of rare or higher will now be foil. In addition, certain products will come with additional items. For example, the Elite Trainer box will include an additional booster pack and a full art promo card. So, it is basically a negative and a positive cross out each other to kind of make it where when you think of it, dang, increase is value, is money per products, but we're getting more stuff to it. So that's one thing to kind of think about. And it's also a little thing to think about, like, it's best to go for the bigger products than you do with just a singular pack, because of course if it's almost $5, it's like you can easily just get another product that probably will have an additional pack for it, and you'll be saving money that way. So I guess it just depends on what products that they like. Of course, when we see it in full physical eyes, we can tell what's more valuable and what's best to get your money's worth. That's what I'm saying. So of course, another thing I want to show is that they're going to be giving out these promo boxes, of course, for your fire, leaf, and water type. I will probably give an overview when they, I guess, show a little bit more on for this set, because of course, if I'm not mistaken, they're probably going to give probably for say it's first form, it's basic like as this form right here, then we have stage 1 and then stage 2. Pretty much is what I'm thinking is going to be here, and it may be or maybe a V version, and then of course a V jumbo version of that Pokemon as the background. So yeah, that's something that I just wanted to show you guys as well. So this is what the main picture is going to be when it comes to promoting the cards, which looks amazing. I like the way how it looks. And of course, just a picture of the logo. And then of course we have our physical rock or type, and then we have our electricity type. And of course, the thing is, as I noticed while I was looking over it for my first time, I noticed that their abilities are a little bit more different, but their attacks are the same. As you can see, 2 physical and a random, and it does 220 damage, but you can't attack on the next turn. Same thing with this Pokemon, but their ability for this one is called Dino Cry. Once during your turn, you may attach up to 2 basic physical energy cards from your discard pile to your basic physical Pokemon in any way you like. If you use this ability, your turn ends. And then of course for this Pokemon is Tandem Unit. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 basic energy or electricity Pokemon and put them onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. And to be honest, I gotta say this one is better because, for example, what if you started off with this Pokemon? You can't really use this ability, and plus your turn ends right after you use it. Versus this Pokemon, your turn doesn't end. You can just pick 2 cards out, 2 basic, and it can be a V, pretty much. It can be a V, or a V, or maybe, I'm not sure, a V max, but I say a V, and you can put on your deck, and then you can continue using it. So that's why I think this one's a little bit better than this one. But this card is more of a mid-play card, because of course when you have several Pokemons that got knocked out, you can go in and grab these 2. And it also is good for like when you have to wait for your next turn to go again. That's when you can use this ability, because of course you can't do nothing afterwards. So that's another thing. We already seen what these cards look like. Pretty much the fire type is just more damage. Can do more damage, but requires more energy cards than the others. Then of course we saw what the professors look like. It's pretty much the same background, but just showing different professors. Then of course all the energy cards, and then these 2 are just showing what the Japanese version versus the English version looks like. And of course it's just giving a little look. And of course, it's like, dang, they literally put more design and shine for Japanese, but when it comes to ours, it's just bland. It's like, it pops. It's like, it's popping out, versus this one is just, eh. Regardless of, because it looks a little bit bigger than this one, but I just wish that our version could look like a little bit similar to this, like a little glow. And of course, this is what one of the packs are gonna look like with this Pokemon, with the starter Pokemons looking up, and then we have this Pokemon with this Terra type. And the thing I like about how the Terra types is, if you don't know what a Terra type is yeah, it's basically more talked about in the game. It's basically another type you can put onto the Pokemon. For example, like for say this Pikachu. You know, Pikachu is an electricity type, but it doesn't. No Pikachu can fly unless you have your flying Pikachu like with the Surfer Board, but this regular Pikachu can never use a flying type. But with Terra types, you can also use a flying abilities and make it as if it was your own, for say, attack, like as if flying was automatically a type for Pikachu. So, and of course, this is what it looks like for a flying type Terra symbol, and then this is what it looks like for a Terra type water symbol. So that's one thing I like about what they did with the game, and it's more crystal-like. And of course, if you talk about in the game, it will kind of explain why they look more crystal. So we have these these Pokemons with the EX, basically different versions of it. One in English, one in Japanese. I think I like how this stage 2 or stage 1 Growlithe looks like. And of course we got a little bit more of other Pokemons that it is. See, I like this one more for Japanese. Well, they're both Japanese and they're both the same. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm glad that they use like more of the Terra type for this Pokemon. And of course, more a little quick glance of what they look like. Lucario, I like that they got an EX for him. And of course, we go through here, some more. Then of course we have her, the ones that is basically being wanted forcibly to be your rival, and I don't know what happened, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So there you have it. There's an overview of Scarlet and Violet. I will basically, once more detail comes out, I will try my best to make videos for that if I have the time. And plus, my Wi-Fi sucks over at my apartment at Raleigh, so it will take a lot longer to upload a video than it would be if I was home. So yeah, that's another thing. So yeah, I spoken a lot more on this video I made versus the last several attempts that I did, but pretty much is a lot to talk about. So yeah, that is very understandable. So there you have it, the 2022 price range, covering everything, and a little glimpse for Scarlet and Violet, and a good glimpse of Crown Zenith. So if you like what I did, if you like what you see, please like the video, please subscribe. Subscribing shows me that once you saw this, you felt pretty confident in me to be able to give y'all the correct information for being like a very small YouTuber. Of course, when there's other YouTubers that probably goes more in depth, because that is their career, that is their way of them making money. So they're of course going to have to go so much more in detail with everything. But of course, I will do the same, of course, for free. But it's just something I like to do. It's something like there's no other way for me to explain what I think and my opinions of stuff versus just making a whole video of it. So yeah, if you have an opinion of what you think, like what do you think about Crown Zenith? Are you gonna spend a lot of money on Crown Zenith? Are you gonna save your money and try to go for Scarlet and Violet? What do you think? What was your favorite set throughout 2022? Which was the best card that you got? Did you get Rayquaza, or did you get Lugia? Did you get Lugia V alternate full art? Like, let me know. Talk to me, bros, gals. Let me know what's in your mind when you just got done watching this video. But yeah, I hope y'all have a great night. Also, please look at my last videos of if I posted my video of opening my cards. Make sure to check that out to see what I got and what I did not show, but showing it then. And also with talking about One Piece, and also for Dragon Ball. So yeah, thank you so much, and I hope y'all have a great night. Peace.